Hi everyone, I'm Lyman Rudgers, this is my wife Chelsea, and we're here on our farm. This is Rudgers Registered Jerseys in Attica, New York. We milk about 250 registered Jersey cows, and we've got a couple of crossbreds mixed into the herd too. We're excited to have you guys here today so we can show you around and see what we do and how we do it, and show you some little brown cows.
My average day starts at 4 a.m. I get up and I'll check the fresh cow pack before we start milking, see if there's any new calves. Then we start milking. It's normally about 4:15 when we'll start milking the first group. We're milking right around 240 cows right now. On average, the milking shifts take about 3 to 4 hours. It takes our cows about 5 minutes to milk, and they're giving 25 pounds a day. We milk the cows 3 times a day, but that only adds up to about 20 minutes of milking time and out of the pen time on average per cow. Once I get done milking, traditionally I'll feed the new calves first, and then I'll come out and feed the calves that are 2+ days old. There's normally about 16 to 18 calves on milk at a time. Our calves are on milk for 8 weeks. And then they go to a transition pen where they're group housed and they learn about living together. And in group housing, they get pelleted grain and they have free choice water. And then in the summertime, they have access to pasture as well. So when I'm not here, I'm taking care of our 8-month-old son. He's a lot of fun. It was definitely a huge change to my life though, because I went from being here 12+ hours a day to here in the morning, and then he'll come back with me some in the afternoon now that it's warm out. Good job, buddy. There's a lot of challenges to being a first-generation farmer. I guess probably like the biggest struggle is that there's like less and less of us. It's not even that, you know, the first generation aspect. It's like the fact that there's very few dairy farmers in general, and those ones of us that are left, we spend most of our time here. We don't really have a lot of extra like time to go do stuff. Like, we're fairly active in Farm Bureau, and it's hard to like get young farmer events together at all anymore because there's just not enough of us. And the ones that are left are very committed to the farm, and they just don't have the time.
So on a daily basis, I spend most of my morning feeding cows. So we start at 4, and so I start out by feeding all the milking cows and move on to our dry cows and heifers. From there, I do a little bit of herd health work every day, check on everybody, make sure everybody's healthy and doing what they need to do. And then we will move on to, especially this time of year, crops. Today is Monday, so today's a little different. Today we're doing our herd health check, and we are also bedding stalls this afternoon. So here we've got a great team of employees, and my wife and I and my father-in-law to keep everything rolling. I've got 1 full-time guy and a handful of part-time helpers that do a majority of the afternoon and night milking, and they do an excellent job. So in addition to our great team of employees and my wife and father-in-law, we've also got a herd vet that comes once a week to do herd health, just general routine, make sure everybody's healthy. Everybody asks me why jerseys. When I was a little kid, my parents had jerseys, and that's what we started showing at the fair. All 4 of my brothers, we showed at the fair every year from the time I was 8 until I aged out when I was 18. And actually, when I was 18, all 4 of us were in 4-H, so it was quite a year. So because we had the jersey we were showing at the fair, we already had a small herd. And when we were looking at the stall sizes in the old barn, jerseys really fit them very well. Holsteins wouldn't have. So it kind of made that an easy decision. And so we've stuck with the jerseys since then, and they're just a nice little small brown cow. They're my personal favorite. They are the 2nd most popular breed in the U.S. So I do the majority of the feeding here. So we feed corn silage, haylage, and a grain mixture. The grain mixture is put together by our herd nutritionist after he samples the corn and the haylage so that we can get a perfect diet for the cows that's the most accurate to what they need. And so we feed in what's called a TMR, total mixed ration. So all of our feed goes in the mixer wagon behind me. It is all mixed together so that every single bite of food the cow takes is exactly the same, so that they're not getting too much grain, not getting too much corn, not getting too much hay. It's all mixed together so they get the perfect diet all the time. All right, thank you guys for coming and checking out our farm. I'm glad you watched and hope to see you next week.